Issyk-Kul Lake, Kyrgyzstan. This is where we had the time of our life. Seeing Yaks for the very first time. Learning about the Kyrgyz nomad game Kok Boru and the hunt with golden eagles. Visited the city of Karakol and well, experienced many more incredible adventures. So I ended part 1 of my Kyrgyzstan vlog on the stunning Song Kol plateau in the Nomad camp. The day after our riding adventure on the plateau, we went down into the valley again. I want to correct a mistake I made in the voiceover of part 1. The Song Kol plateau is on 3,000 meters above sea level. I said 300,000 in part 1 and well, it is obviously not on the moon. On the way down we had some issues with our bus as the gravel roads here are rough and stony, but Kyrgyz people know how to fix a car themselves. The landscape was beyond stunning again. And down in the valley we took a break for our lunch picnic Amanat prepared for us. These picnics we had from time to time when we were on the road over lunchtime were my favorite way to eat in Kyrgyzstan. These sitting carpets we had were very comfortable.
Большое испарение.
As this was a study trip, we often had visits from scientists who gave presentations about Kyrgyzstan. This is Irina, a geobotanist of the Kyrgyz Institute for Soil and Border Protection, who educated us about the hydrology and hydropower of Kyrgyzstan this day. As she spoke Russian, Salamat, our dolmetcher, translated the presentation into German. Kyrgyzstan provides water and electricity from hydropower for whole Central Asia, as it has lots of water resources with its glaciers. We drove on and spent the night in Atbaschy, a beautiful little city located next to an imposing high mountain range and a pristine braided river. Here we started our third hike, which led us to the highest waterfall of Kyrgyzstan, and it was also the highest point of our travel, as it was located 320,000 meters above sea level. Okay, just kidding. 3,200 meters of altitude, of course. Already in the beginning of the hike, we spotted a yak for the very first time and got surprised by a whole herd of yaks underneath the waterfall. What a fairy tale scenery. Our guides rounded them up with their horses to keep them away from us, as yaks can be dangerous for humans sometimes. There were yak bulls, cows, and also cute little calves in all different kinds of colors. We were living for it. The next day we drove to Lake Issyk-Kul and visited a sheep wool felt manufactory. They had a little program prepared for us and we got to felt ourselves, which was quite fun.
So, Punkte, Striche.
Ja, guck mal.
Nein, was ist da jetzt? Welches? Ach, das ist da. Ja, das sieht doch cool aus.
Raus in den Saal, wo andere Technologie gezeigt wird.
Mit der Blume. Riecht doch die Pflanze. Das hier ist allerdings nicht ein Grün, was ich benutzt habe, sondern das Grün ist vom Nachbarn.
Then we got a tour through the manufactory and visited the sewer ladies, who were sewing traditional Kyrgyz carpets out of the same sheep wool felt. Just, well, far more professional. It's the tradition that with every stitch of the needle, they think a positive wish or affirmation for the future owner, and so to say, sew it into the carpet. That should bring luck and success for the future owner and the sewer as well. Every Kyrgyz mother makes such a rug for their children when they get married and sews in wishes for their future and for their marriage. The manufactory also sells carpets. And well, I bought 2 of them. You can see here in my flat at home. Aren't they so unique and beautiful? I hope there are plenty good wishes sewed into them. In the evening, we arrived at the most beautiful campground on Issyk-Kul Lake, where we set our tents for the next 2 nights. Kyrgyzstan is the land of monuments and statues. Here on the mountain over our campground was the most impressive one. But also on the roadsides or in the cities are plenty. There is always something to see.
Someone who knows what is to come, 'cause the future's a deceiver. She breaks promises for fun. Strange motions, like a shift in the flow. A change coming, it's inevitable.
This day we had an instructive and very fun program about Kyrgyz culture, which started with a demonstration of the hunt with golden eagles. Golden eagles can get 50 to 60 years old, have a wingspan of 2 meters, weigh around 6 kilograms, and can carry about 20 kilograms while flying. They can kill animals that weigh up to 70 to 80 kilograms and are able to see 5 kilometers into the distance. I mean, these are some pretty good eyes. And also some absolute dope hunting skills. The golden eagle only obey their hunter and stay with them the first 20 years of their life. Then they are released into the wild again. When they catch something, they bring it to the hunter or make some noise, like the alarm system of a car. Okay, I make stupid comparisons here. The hunter gets the fur of the animal and shares the meat with the eagle. For hunting, they only take female golden eagles, as they are heavier and stronger than the male.
Macht sauber erstmal und die zweite Bedeutung, macht schärfer, scharf.
We got to hold her as well, which was super exciting. After the golden eagle lady and her hunter said goodbye, the Kok Boru riders joined us on the field. We already talked about Kok Boru in the first part of my Kyrgyzstan vlog, but now I will explain it to you properly. Kok Boru is an ancient nomad game that is still very famous today. You can say it's the Kyrgyz soccer or football. They have regional teams that compete with each other in national cups. The teams usually have 4 players each, so in total 8 players are on the field. It is played with a dead goat that functions as a ball and has to be thrown into the goals. The goat has to be between 1 and 4 years old, and the winner team gets it as a prize and eats it afterwards. We were a little bit confused with this fact, as it gets thrown around during the game so much. Doesn't that taste bad? But they told us that it's the best meat, as it gets beaten like a Wiener Schnitzel. And that was familiar to us Germans. In the national cups there are also prizes like cars, apartments and lots of money to win. The dead goat weighs between 35 and 50 kilograms. And that is super heavy. We got to lift it up, and I can't imagine how difficult it is to pull it up from the ground onto the horse. Carry it over the field during players of the other team are blocking you and pulling on you, and throw it into the goals. I mean, you have to be very strong and skilled for that. And the players are actually practicing a lot and also engage into all kinds of sports to be extremely fit. One game consists of 3 20 minutes long sessions with little breaks in between. Only the strongest and most fearless horses get selected for Kok Boru.
Ja. Au.
In the afternoon, we also got a show of Kyrgyz folk music and a presentation of traditional Kyrgyz instruments done by a lovely family that actually already toured through Germany and other countries.
соғыс уақытында тревожный сигнал.
Visiting Karakol, the most important city at Issyk-Kul Lake, we walked around the beautiful wooden Orthodox Christian church Holy Trinity that was built in the mid-19th century. We also went shopping on Karakol market, where you can buy all kinds of stuff for daily use, from clothing to car parts. What fascinated me the most were the spices and other groceries. Well, food always gets me. Great that we were also visiting a Kyrgyz restaurant. These eggplants with dill and yogurt sauce blew my mind. It was so harmonious. After 2 days in Karakol, we went wild camping on the north shore of Issyk-Kul Lake. Issyk-Kul Lake is, by the way, the biggest lake of Kyrgyzstan and the second biggest mountain lake on planet Earth. It's located on 1,607 meters above sea level. It's up to 668 meters deep and also 182 kilometers long. On the lakeside, I also celebrated my birthday at a campfire, which was quite nice. We left Issyk-Kul Lake in the very early morning and enjoyed our last part of the road trip through the north of Kyrgyzstan with a beautiful sunrise.
Out of reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I've become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight all along. I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the foam, pulling stitches. Time to let go, so come what may.
Our last day, we spent visiting the government district of Bishkek, the capital of Kyrgyzstan.
Don't look before you leave. What you give, you get to keep. So long, farewell, bye-bye. Let's have a toast for those lost old lives. And my crooked little heart that seems so rebellious is falling apart right now. I'm bleeding, an easy kill, gonna leave it all behind. I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know.
In the evening, we had our farewell party. Amanat prepared an abundant buffet for us. Like, what? How did she do this again? After 3 weeks of spending time together, exploring a foreign country with a very different culture compared to Germany, and facing the struggles of outdoor life, we grew pretty close and were very grateful for our beautiful time together.
Natürlich möchten wir in erster Linie bei euch für euer Vertrauen bedanken. Das ist das Wichtigste für uns, das ist sehr viel wert und es gibt nichts Wichtigeres als euer Vertrauen und euer Mut, dass ihr von Deutschland, von der Schweiz nach Kyrgyzstan gekommen seid. Das ist ja ein langer Weg, das sind 7000 Kilometer, unbekanntes Land. Und da muss man schon mutig sein. Vielen herzlichen Dank für die Teilnahme an der Kyrgyzstan-Exkursion. Als zweites möchten wir wirklich, das sind keine leeren Worte, bei euren Eltern sehr herzlich bedanken, dass sie so tolle Kinder auf die Welt gebracht haben. Und dass sie euch großgezogen haben. Sie haben sehr viel Arbeit geleistet von Geburt an, dass ihr so toll wohlerzogen seid, dass ihr so gebildet seid und das ist wirklich sehr große Arbeit. Dafür sagt bitte unbedingt, wenn ihr zu Hause seid, euren Eltern von uns Kyrgyzen, weil wir das schätzen. Von außen kann man besser schätzen als innen, ja. Und vielen herzlichen Dank für so tolle Kinder. Wir hoffen sehr, dass ihr euch wohl gefühlt habt, dass ihr immer satt wart, dass ihr wie unsere Eltern immer sagen, das Wichtigste ist, das sind die tiefsten Erinnerungen, die wir voneinander haben, die ihr von Kyrgyzstan und von uns habt und wir haben von euch. Und diese tiefsten Eindrücke und Erinnerungen, die wir alle zusammen in unserem Herzen haben, das kann uns niemand wegnehmen. Das kann uns niemand klauen. Das ist kein Geld, das ist kein Eigentum. Das ist alles im Herzen und das bleibt ewig in unseren Herzen. Und das ist das Wichtigste. Wir sagen nicht auf Wiedersehen, wir sagen nicht Tschüss, wir sagen einfach bis bald, weil wir hier sind. Dass ihr wiederkommt mit weiteren Freunden, vielleicht später mit Ehefrauen, mit Ehemännern, mit Kindern, wenn ihr Opa seid, mit Enkelkindern. Unsere Eltern haben, so wie wir auch, haben für euch so kleine Geschenke vorbereitet. Das sind aber nicht einfache, ihr seid alle Wissenschaftler, Studenten. Ihr braucht unbedingt einen Kugelschreiber. Das ist Handarbeit, Holzkugelschreiber, aber ein bisschen gezaubert mit Gebetssprüchen von den älteren Leuten. Immer wenn ihr wichtige Verträge, wichtige Papiere unterschreiben wollt, könnt ihr diese Kugelschreiber benutzen. Das bringt unbedingt euch Glück, Erfolg und immer das, was ihr wollt. Das ist von uns zum Andenken an Kyrgyzstan. So, jeder bekommt einen Kugelschreiber. Ja, nochmal vielen herzlichen Dank. Weinen wir nicht. Wir sehen uns unbedingt wieder. Ja?
This is how our Kyrgyzstan adventure ended. And I want to thank Salamat and her whole team for making this stunning travel happen. I should tell you, my friends, that if you are interested in a Kyrgyzstan study trip and are a German speaker, you can go to their website to book your own adventure in the land of rough beauty. The link is in the description box, so definitely check it out. I also want to thank my friends for being just the best travel buddies and companions. Nicole for filming me from time to time, and Yoshi for operating my drone and shooting some stunning footage when I was riding or running around at the beach. I can't express my gratitude for everyone involved with words, but thank you from the bottom of my heart. And you, my friends, take care, be nice to nature and everyone around you, follow your dreams, and before it gets too cheesy, bye bye, have a nice week.